How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be ranking the 10 most expensive transfers in football history. Now, there's been a lot of big transfers, especially in the recent years, and I thought, how about let's look at the 10 most expensive, and what we're going to be doing is I have put them in order of how well I think the transfer was / is, because I saw these players and I was like, wow, it's shocking how much these have not worked out. But I've graded them from 1 to 10 in order, 1 being the best. So yeah, let me know if my order is different or what should be changed from my order. Be fascinating to see what you guys think. But let's get into it. I will just tell you the players in order of how much they went for, just so you're aware of them. So the 10th most expensive is Eden Hazard to Real Madrid for 89 million. 9th is Paul Pogba from Juventus to Manchester United for 89 million. And this is also, by the way, just in pounds, and some of these figures might not be accurate. It's just based off a website I'm using. To be honest, it doesn't really matter necessarily what the exact fee is. 8th is Ousmane Dembele, Dortmund to Barcelona for 96.8 million. 7th is Romelu Lukaku, Inter Milan to Chelsea, 97.5 million. 6th is Jack Grealish, Aston Villa to Man City, £100 million. 5th is Philippe Coutinho, Liverpool to Barcelona, 105 million. 4th is Antoine Griezmann, Atletico Madrid to Barcelona, 107 million. 3rd is Joao Felix, Benfica to Atletico Madrid, 112.9 million. 2nd is Kylian Mbappe, Monaco to PSG, 163 million. And 1st is, of course, Neymar, Barcelona to PSG, 198 million. So there is the list of players. Now we're going to be going in order. So yeah, let me know what you would change from my order, and let's get into it. Also, very quickly, I just want to thank you guys for all the support recently. I'm not sure exactly when this video is coming out, but as of recording, we have just recently hit 600 subscribers. So I want to thank you guys for that, and all the support in general. Your comments are really nice, and I do appreciate them. So let's start off anyway with number 10 on the list. For me is pretty easy. It's Romelu Lukaku to Chelsea for £97.5 million in 2021. I mean, it was an absolute disaster on and off the pitch. He caused problems, of course, with that interview. It was shocking. He clearly did not want to be there from the start. He didn't fit the system of Thomas Tuchel. It was clear that Tuchel didn't really want him, didn't know how to utilise him, so for that aspect I don't particularly blame everything on Lukaku for what happened at Chelsea, but the majority of it is his fault. His attitude was not up to it, and it's even worse that he's gone back to Inter on loan, but didn't he have a mandatory option to buy. So yeah, it's just a shambles. They basically paid 97.5 million Chelsea to loan him for 1 year and then send him back to Inter. It's really shocking. Just a disaster everywhere. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I feel like I've covered it a lot last season. Number 9, I've gone for Eden Hazard, 89 million to Real Madrid in 2019. Now, there was actually so much hope when this transfer happened. He was given Ronaldo's shirt. People thought, because I believe this was straight after Ronaldo left for Juventus, they brought Hazard in. People thought he was going to be the guy to pick up the mantle. I think most people thought he was going to do well. Not many people expected what would happen. And it has been quite sad, to be honest, because he has just been hit with so many injuries. I don't think he's had 10 games where he's been fit and firing. Again, a lot of it is also his fault, because it's clear that he is seen unfit, even regardless of injuries. When he is not injured, he doesn't seem to have any cardio or stamina. He barely lasts 90 minutes. He's not as agile anymore, and he's only scored 6 goals in 3 seasons. That is horrendous, but he still does have some time left, so he could potentially become good, but it is looking unlikely. Number 8, it was close, but I have picked Philippe Coutinho. In 2018, he's moved to Barcelona for 105 million. Now, Coutinho, when this transfer happened, it was really confusing because he never really fit the system at Barcelona, and he wasn't exactly needed. I believe it was after they sold Neymar, they just kind of panicked and they bought Coutinho for way too much, and there wasn't really a plan for him when he came into the team, and he really struggled. He barely contributed, and I put this 8 lower than others simply because of the fact of his main contribution from his time at Barcelona was scoring 2 goals against them in the 8-2 Bayern Munich win, in their worst defeat ever. So that just makes it even worse. It's very funny, but I had to put 8 because of that. And they sold him to Villa, and then he's actually looking pretty good again. Also makes it even worse. But clearly there is a good player in there, they just didn't utilise him very well. So yeah, Philippe Coutinho is number 8 for me. I was very close in putting number 7 there. Number 7 for me is Antoine Griezmann to Barcelona for 107 million in 2019. Again, it was a very dumb decision from Barcelona. Never fit the system again and just wasn't needed. Griezmann's a second striker kind of player, and they just didn't play that system, so it did not work out, of course. And the whole saga that it was a year before he announced he was staying at Atletico Madrid, and then a year later leaves, and they pay way more than what they were going to pay the year before. Just really, really weird. And he's loaned back to Atletico, which again makes it even worse. The only reason I put him above Coutinho, however, though, is because he did have a good season, at least one good season for Barcelona, unlike Coutinho. It was a 2020-21 season. He got 20 goal contributions in the league, so at least he did do something and contribute a bit during his time at Barcelona, unlike Coutinho, so that's why I put him above him at 7, but still horrendous signing. Number 6, I've gone for Paul Pogba to Manchester United for 89 million in 2016, and this one is another shocking one, but mainly for the reason that they let him go to Juventus for free when he was young, then they buy him for 89 million, and then they let him go to Juventus again for free. The accounting at Manchester United, that's a shambles that they've managed to have that happen. But the reason I put him 6 is because he did contribute over his time there. He did have a couple good seasons. I remember a year under Mourinho, I think it was his first year. He did very well. But overall, at his time at United, did not live up to what they wanted. Partly it was due to the team around him was not good enough. there was never stable. Managers were always changing. The midfielder players with him were not good enough. But also a lot of it is down to him. He was meant to be the guy to really carry Man United, but he never did that at points. He never really stepped up. He did have a lot of injuries as well during his time. So yeah, overall, he contributed a lot, but that was mainly because he was there for 6 years. But yeah, again, not an amazing transfer at all. Number 5, I've gone for Jack Grealish, 100 million to Manchester City in 2021. Now, the reason I put him 5 is because he's only had 1 season, and his first year was not amazing. He did okay. I don't think he did awful, but it was definitely not a 100 million season. But I think he needs time to adapt to Pep's system, and he can become a good player. But I haven't put him higher because we have only seen 1 season, so as of yet, he's not lived up to his price tag, or really paid any of it back, to be honest. But I have no doubt that I think he will eventually become good. Maybe not £100 million good, but I think he will become good. And this year, I'm really expecting him to do a lot better in the team. Now he's had a year to adapt to Pep's system. But yeah, he's 5 for now because he's only had 1 season. Number 4 is Ousmane Dembele, 96.8 million to Barcelona in 2017. Now, he did not live up to what was expected of him. He was meant to be the next big thing. He was brought in as the Neymar replacement. But that is not really due to him too much. It's mainly because of injuries. There's so much talent in him, and that's very clear to see. You see last season, when he was basically injury-free, he got 13 assists in La Liga, which was the most in the league. So he's clearly shown he has talent. He's just been unable to do it because he's been unable to stay fit on that pitch. However, he's been given a new contract, which is the reason I put him higher. It's because they've kept him, they haven't lost him for free, and he could potentially, he's just had his best season at Barcelona last year, so he could potentially kick on now if he doesn't get injuries. However, I will say this, if in the next few years he doesn't keep this trajectory, doesn't stay fit and goes back to the Ousmane Dembele we saw before last season, I would drop him lower because that has been a disaster. But I put him here because unlike Grealish, he has contributed more, obviously because he's been there longer, and I think there's a lot of potential to come from Dembele. Into the top 3 now, and number 3 is Joao Felix, 112.9 million move to Atletico Madrid in 2019. Now, Felix has not paid that money back at all yet, but similar to Dembele, he has shown signs of getting better and has lots of potential to grow. Now, he's one of those who is very flexible on this list. We kind of just have to wait and see. I think in a few years he may turn into that £100 million player they paid for, but right now he's not been worth it. But he has, as you can see, he has been getting better and better each season, slowly adapting and building his importance in the side. He has helped them win the league as well in this time there, so it's not been an awful signing, and he is still very young. But as I said, it's very flexible on this list. If he doesn't start performing better soon, then he can easily drop down. But equally, if he does turn into an absolute star, he could become into that top 2. So for now, I put him 3, but he can definitely move up or down depending on what happens in the next years. And into the top 2 now, and my number 2 is Neymar, 198 million to PSG from Barcelona in 2017. Now, even though he has struggled a lot at PSG. I don't think he has lived up to what everybody thought he was going to be. He has still been a great player for them. I don't think we can deny that, and he has been one of their most important players for the last 5 years, on and off the pitch. You know, he's helped PSG as a brand grow, I guess, on a marketing standpoint, and he has been the guy. Really, he started the domino effect. Once he joined, I think people started taking PSG seriously. I don't think if he didn't join, I don't think Mbappe joins, I don't think Messi joins. So he has helped a lot, and he's given a lot over the 5 years he's been there. However, he has definitely not lived up to what people thought. People thought he was leaving Barca to be the main guy, to be the next Messi, to take PSG to the promised land, to win them that Champions League. He has not lived up to that. Equally, a lot of it is not his fault because he has been injured a lot. But some of it is also his fault. However, I've put him second because due to the longevity, he has been there for quite a long time now, about 5 years. He has paid back some of his price tag and has been a key part of that PSG team for 5 years now. So I put him number 2. But yeah, that's another one on this list who have been hit by injuries badly. And number 1, for me, the best signing out of the top 10 most expensive transfers of all time is Kylian Mbappe from Monaco to PSG, 163 million in 2018. Now, this could have easily dropped down a lot more had he left this summer on a free transfer to Real Madrid. It would have gone a lot lower because that is a horrific one. Like, you paid all that money, he was unable to get you a Champions League, and you've let him go for free. But because they've managed to keep him, that has made me sure that he is the number 1. He's still only 23, and he is one of the best players in the world right now. Again, he has not delivered a Champions League, but he's still been a fantastic player. And I think definitely probably since 2019 he has been PSG's best player. Better than Neymar, he's been better than Messi last season, better than all these players. So yeah, the fact they haven't lost him for free, he has contributed a lot. He's one of the world's best stars, makes him the number 1 for me. But there we have it. That is the list. Let me know, do you agree with all of those? Which ones would you change from my list? I believe the order's quite hard, to be honest, but it is very interesting. You see, most of these players kind of like have had some problems at their career, at their club, due to injuries, or most of them have not worked out. So it was a very interesting one to see. But yeah, let me know if you have enjoyed. Please leave a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you in another video. Peace.